Yes, sir, they killed the bear barehanded so the people won't forget it. Getting money for I was legal to drink. I care what a broke nigga think.
Just like the pack of Lewiz.
Look, everything I do so cold. I can do this, both eyes closed. Too short, I stay on my toes. About that guap boy, anything goes. Help the bear if we outside. Help the bear if we outside. Still tipping, baby, nothing changed. We still grinding over here, yeah. Still sliding through my own lane. Shorty, nothing funny over here. Dallas rain everywhere around me. Dream to get money. Made it through the storm, living sunny. Dreams came true, now we eating. I got more dreams to chase, gotta reach them. Trying to put a team together like the Hunger Games. Everybody grinding cause we all came from hunger pain.
Yeah, that's what's up, that's what's up, that's what's up. Late Ill Kid at OneYoungsta holding it down, bringing that StreetGeek and NERDSoul. What is up, my people? Full day, we've been doing it, having a great time. But we about to get into them NERDSoul Sports. And I know y'all just finished listening to some hot jams. You was like, yo, who is that? It's a young gentleman right over here, PL Parker Lewis. Say what's up.
How y'all doing? Parker PL Lewis here. Help the Bear is out now on all streaming platforms. Help the Bear 2 is coming very, 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 very soon. Please be on the lookout for that.
Yeah, that's what's up. So, we ain't gonna hold y'all too long. We got two main stories this week that I thought were interesting to take a closer look on.
Right.
As you can see, OBJ got receipts. Well, technically, his daddy got receipts. But you know what? I'm gonna slide this over to PL because PL, I know PL. Look, I know you know about these receipts.
Yes. This whole situation is kind of funny. Like, as a former football player and being in the locker room and like the camaraderie that these athletes have in the locker room and that they show each other, it's like you see these people every day, and it's like you become like one with these people. It's almost like a family. So when then one of your teammates, when you see one of your teammates and you see their dad just dogging you online, like, it's like, hold up, fam. But I mean, that's Baker's line of thinking. You know what I mean? Like, hey man, we're here day in, day out, blood, sweat, and tears. Now you got your daddy going in on me. But as far as OBJ is concerned, I feel that OBJ received a lot of scrutiny, unwarranted scrutiny at that. I know that he's probably not the same player that he was previous to injury, but he's still OBJ. And if you get the ball within his general vicinity, 9 times out of 10, he's going to catch the ball. Now, if you can't get the ball in his general vicinity, then we looking like OBJ daddy, and we got to make montages about how you stick.
All right, so he made a full, like, it's not just, this isn't just like 2 or 3 plays. No. This is 10 minutes of footage of his son being wide open, and somehow you're not looking his way, or you throw the ball like way over his head, or you look over there and then you're like, never mind. And when I say wide open, I'm talking about he could eat a whole sandwich. Like five, 6 steps between him and anyone else.
A sandwich, eat a sandwich, drink a soda, burp, roll one up, chill on the sideline, text with Drake, text the latest Instagram models, see what's going on with them. Talk to a travel agency, rent him another boat so he can take some new teammates on a boat. He can do all of that and still don't get the ball. But like, I genuinely, like, as a former, like I said, man, as a former athlete, a former football player, Like I generally feel for both sides. I don't like how OBJ's dad went about it, because we know, like, hey, we know that if a relative or someone close to an athlete's family comes out and says something, they had to get that issue from that athlete. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like somebody had to come, hey man, this dude ain't even looking at me, man. I can feel it. Oh yeah, let me go online and tell the world that he ain't even looking at you. You understand what I'm saying? Like they had to get that information.
It does put him in a weird position.
It does, man. It does.
Puts him in a strange spot.
They paid that man for 2 days, told him to stay home.
Yo, they like. I mean, okay, as a concerned father, you know, when you hear something from someone like, man, they ain't looking at me, at first you'd be like, come on, everybody feels like that. But then when you start to watch the games, like watch the games, then you like, hold up, they ain't looking at you. And then, you know, concerned father might just be like, look, let me just let the evidence speak for itself. Because technically, at least that I know of, it's not like his dad came out and said, you know what I'm saying, you hate my son or nothing. He was just like, here's the video, here's the security footage.
Pretty much, and then exit stage left. Present
here's
video.
The footage.
Exit, please.
Man, when I saw the footage, because at first I was thinking, oh, you know, it's probably gonna be like, you know,
the footage is real. It's like 10, 15 minutes worth of coverage.
Yeah, it's not short. It's because at first I was thinking, oh, it's probably just a couple plays. This ain't no story. Then I was like, oh no. This is a story, and it's definitely worth it. And from my position, what I was thinking is, you know, I don't know what's going on in the back office. You know, none of us do. But I would assume that once this video is seen, I'd have been like, ho. Do you know how much we paying him? You ain't even gonna give it. You ain't even gonna throw it his way.
If dad had the time to make a whole video, right?
Yeah. He
had to know where to find this video. He had to know, hey man, about this minute mark, he don't get the ball. The point that I'm trying to make is he gets his information, he gets these beliefs from somewhere.
True.
And it's like it's a weird situation, man. Well, I mean, it's not weird anymore. It's because he's been released.
Yeah, because now he's gone.
It was a weird situation. Like,
but they weren't trying to let him go for a second.
The fact that they paid that man for 2 days and told him to stay home. You know, like it's in the grand scheme of things, it wasn't a lot of money, but the fact that they paid you to stay home.
Yeah.
Because they didn't want to deal with the drama.
Yeah. But the thing is this, because it's not like OBJ ain't make this happen. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I mean,
I feel like this.
He didn't make it happen. This is not squarely on him, but he has to take some responsibility for why the duo didn't work. I mean, if we're splitting blame on why this relationship between him and Baker didn't work, I will definitely say that Baker gets 90% of the blame.
Yeah, because I was about to say, I'm like,
no. OBJ has some very timely drops. OBJ hasn't always been healthy so they can always go out and develop that chemistry. So yeah, it's partially on him, but you can't control injuries because this is football. You could die on any play. Be glad that it's only like you know what I mean, like something small. But it's. I feel for both players. I feel more for Odell though, but I feel for both players.
Yeah, because now it's Odell's still in a good situation because it's not like he's like some bust over the hill player. But
and now he gets to pick his mark. He gets to pick, hey, I want to go here. He gets to choose where he wants to go. He's a free agent.
So
Baker them won today though, handedly. The first game without him officially being on the roster. Baker had one of the best. Yeah, they won today. They had a point to prove, and they proved it. Let's see how they follow it up next week.
Here's the thing. Yeah, here's the thing. People are going to make the argument, you could have played this way all the time. Why didn't you? You know what I mean?
Correct.
People are going to be like, so if you could play like this, why didn't you play like this? Because one person was not making you not play like this. Like
one person that was only there half of the games can't make you play like that.
Yeah. You know, but I get you on they had a point to prove. Yes, they did.
We'll see next week how real they are. We'll see.
Yeah. We'll see. I know Jackie Ray from the Fumble wants him to go to the Saints, but what you thinking? What you think about OBJ?
He's only going to a team with a good quarterback, because the point that he was trying to make was leaving bait. We're asking to be traded or to get out of Cleveland was, hey, Baker stinks. I'm too good. My talent is too much to be wasted on this quarterback. Like, yo, I'm too good to be. My time is too valuable to be wasted with this dude.
Man, that's hilarious.
Jameis is out for the season, so I don't think he goes there. I had initially said that he would go to the Raiders, but with that whole mess that's going on with the whole rug situation, the other dude pointing guns at people.
Yeah, like the Raiders have had.
They've had a month.
Yeah, they've
had a month.
I don't know what they're doing over there. Now,
they've had a month.
There's
I made a joke. Go ahead.
Yeah, there's the issue with the car collision and everything, but even outside of that, like the Raiders have just been, I don't know what they're doing.
They've been raidering, but they got it on full Raider.
Yeah, they going full Raider out there.
Turned up to the max.
Man, Vegas just, I don't know. I don't know what they're doing.
Yeah, to answer your question, I originally thought that he would go to the Raiders, but that's looking like a no. I don't think he goes to Green Bay, even though that's probably his best bet to go play with Aaron Rodgers and line up against Devontae Adams on the other side of Devontae Adams, I should say. But his pride won't let him do that.
You think so?
I know so. It's Odell we talking about. That's like asking. I'll throw it to like a basketball comparison. That's like asking Bradley Beal to be like, "Hey man, I want you to come off the bench." It's like, huh?
Yeah, I can see where you're going.
Like, you want me to be the number 2? I'm Odell.
Yeah.
If I were Odell, I wouldn't play this year.
Ooh.
I'd sit out this season.
I was about to ask you, but I thought it might have been too crazy to ask.
No. The Raiders owe me $8 million. I sit home. I collect my money because it was guaranteed. The $8 million was guaranteed. I sit home.
Okay.
I collect my money. I get fully healthy, and I wait till the end of the season, till like the next free agency period, and then I take my chances then. Everybody's kind of locked in right now. And the places that you really want to go don't necessarily want or need him.
Okay.
The one place that he could really go to and do something, he wouldn't want to go. He's not going to play number 2.
Would he have to play number 2?
If he went to Green Bay, he darn sure would have to play number 2 to Devontae.
But they can still win on the. I mean, they can still be on the same field at the same time, though. I mean,
they can, but it's like the same thing with the Rams and Cooper Cup. Like, okay, that's another possible destination, the LA Rams. But you got to understand the systems. The LA Rams, much like the Green Bay Packers, they favor that relationship between the quarterback and one wide receiver. Like, yo, if we run 10 plays, 7 of them plays is going to that wide receiver. That's like with Green Bay. They have Devontae Adams. 7 out of every 10 Green Bay plays on offense is for Devontae. That's like 7 out of 10 plays is for the other. So it's like, I can't, I would go home, collect my checks, recuperate, get to fully 100%, and then hit the market in the offseason. My opinion, though.
All right, cool. Okay. Makes sense. I mean, for me, and I guess there could be a team that could possibly see it as like, yo, we got more weapons, and like they don't know which side of the field to check for. But
the Rams are trying to get him right now, as we speak, because they trying to get everybody. But he's not going. If he didn't want to play number 2 to Devontae, who is arguably the best wide receiver in the NFL, you think he's going to go play number 2 to Cooper Cup?
All right, man. Look, come on, man. Look, we ain't going there. Not gonna go there. We're not gonna do that.
Okay.
Not gonna do that. We're gonna leave. We're gonna leave LA alone.
We're gonna leave it alone. We're gonna leave it alone.
All right. So, our second and final story. Shouts to Jenna James laughing about Cooper.
What up?
All right, so
now the next edition in the Julian Edelman, Danny Amendola, throw the little white guy in the slot where nobody's really guarding him and throw it to him before somebody comes as many times as possible. Fam, that's not no.
Oh boy. So in other related news, in our final story, Scottie Pippen.
Oh Lord.
Scottie Pippen has been vocal in general over the last, let's say, about 3 or so years. He's been pretty vocal about history, legacy, stuff like that. And of course, we all had The Last Dance. Everybody loved it. Last Dance. Woo! We saw the three-peat and the next three-peat. Everybody happy.
Mm-hmm.
So since then, people have speculated like, well, hey, why now for The Last Dance? Why now? And some people have said that The Last Dance came now because Jordan didn't like people saying that LeBron was like the new king. You know what I'm saying? Like, because Jordan
y'all must have forgot.
Yeah, y'all must have forgot. Like, Jordan wants to be the forever king. You know what I'm saying? He don't want to just be like the king like today. He want to be the king forever. Forever, ever, and ever, ever, amen. Ever. Like there's an interview with Pete Rock, and Pete Rock's talking about Dilla, and he was like, I'm an old king. Dilla was the new king. And I'm saying, like, right now we don't, really know. I don't think anybody's really been crowned king of beats since, you know what I'm saying? I mean, not that I've heard, and I mean, not that I can like think of.
Hit Boy has been pretty celebrated recently. He's won producer, for what it's worth, he's won producer 2 years in a best producer 2 years in a row at the BET Awards. If that's anything to you.
If the BET Awards matter at all.
They're supposed to be relevant to people that look like us, but even though they're not ran by anybody that looks like
that looks like us.
That's neither here nor there.
Yeah, well, so Scottie Pippen says like, yo, everything was all good with this footage and nobody even really cared until, somebody in Cleveland made a little dust up and won a championship. Then all of a sudden, somebody said, "Ho, ho, ho, ho! I need to put out. Let's get this documentary in production."
Man, can we keep it a buck
All right.
about what really happened?
Okay.
Can we keep it a buck?
Because Shannon Sharpe said that's what I heard from the man himself.
We keep it a buck, man.
All right.
The dust up, things didn't start getting left until Pippen and them found out that Jordan got paid $10 million for The Last Dance, and they got paid with their time.
Man, yeah.
They got paid in TV. They got paid in screen time.
Yo.
And we keeping a buck, fam. That's what happened. Once Pippen found out, yo, what you mean we not getting paid? All right, I'll do it. We not getting paid and he getting $10 million? Oh, no, I'm finna tell it all, baby.
$10 million.
I'm finna tell it all, baby. No.
Pippen, I think it's because Pippen, like, I don't know, man. Pippen, it's like he's doing all the right things, but then doing them wrong or something like that.
He's okay. In this scenario, well, in most scenarios, sometimes you just have to be quiet and let the evidence play out and speak for itself.
All right.
I can see in Scotty's defense how it's hard for him not to do that. Hey, man, they tarnishing my legacy. I gotta say something.
And people always be treating him like his name is Stan.
They disrespect.
There was a tweet that I sent you and the homie Open Mind. I was like, hold on, what? Like, some dude was like, yo, basically Pippen was just like Joe Schmo. Like they
disrespected that man, and continue to disrespect him, man. It's messed up.
Even a situation where Skip Bayless is like, all right, Jordan did this, Jordan did that, and like Shannon Sharpe's like, well, does he do it without Pippen? Then all of a sudden Skip Bayless is like,
you gotta understand, like certain people have bias. Like certain people have bias. Like when Skip Bayless says that about Scottie Pippen, you got to understand that Skip Bayless is a diehard Michael Jordan fan, and you can't say anything bad about him. Ever. Let's go to another dude that's talk crap about Pippen, Charles Barkley. They've had a long running feud, going all the way back to when they were together on the Houston Rockets when they both got. So it's like you gotta listen, like you gotta take heed to where the hate is coming from. You gotta take heed to where the hate of the source of the hate is coming from.
Good point.
And in this case, these two dudes have a lot to hate on him for in their opinions. So it's not fair to look at Scotty that way when people that know basketball know that there's no way Mike can do it without Scotty. If we're keeping it real, Scottie Pippen was not up to the level of Magic Johnson offensively. Scottie Pippen was everything that Magic was defensively. Scotty was a 6'8" point guard. Magic was a 6'9" point guard. Magic had all the flash on offense. Scotty had all the flash on defense. They're very similar in the fact that they're very big point guards. They were very skilled at what they did. So the slander that Scotty gets, man, it's not right, man.
It's funny because it could just be like, yo, Scotty and Mike are great. You know what I'm saying? But there's clearly this thing where it's like people try to make it out as if, well, Scotty wasn't there, Mike would have still made it. And I think Shannon Sharpe pointed out, he was like, before Scotty got there,
Mike didn't win but one playoff series.
Mike was struggling.
One series he won before Scotty. One.
I mean, let's be honest. For all the people that want to make the comparisons, before Scotty came to Chicago, Chicago was looking like Cleveland.
Yeah.
It was looking like a place that Jordan would want to leave, just like LeBron wanted to leave, because they weren't about the business of winning.
Correct.
Like so once again, you get a great player on a stinky team, and you get what? No results.
Correct.
No results.
And once you put building blocks next to other building blocks and pillars, that's when you start winning. Like this Scotty slander has gotta stop, man. It's gotta stop.
Then there's this whole thing where it's like, oh well, Scotty must have he must have been jealous, or Scotty was because I've heard all kinds of, like, Scotty was jealous of Mike, or Scotty was he was jealous, or he was so envious that he wanted he wanted to hurt Mike or whatever. And I'm like, I don't think he was trying to hurt Mike by not playing. He was trying to get his money. Like, remember, everybody else getting paid.
He's stuck in this bad deal.
I'm arguably number 2 or number 1B on the team.
Not arguably.
Well, yeah, not even arguably.
I'm definitely number 2. And I'm getting paid like I'm number 11.
Yeah, true. And the dude, I think even in the Last Dance documentary, they talked about, like, dude is like the, I don't know, whatever, 20th paid players. So, like, he was low. He was low.
But yeah, but you got to understand, like, Scotty, like, I understand Scotty's plight.
Yeah.
I'm a young man from Arkansas. I'm from the backwoods of Arkansas. I ain't never seen this much money in my life. If I take this contract for this money, I know it may sound little to you in the grand scheme of things, but this money is going to set my family up and my family up for life if we never leave Arkansas again.
Yep.
So I'm going to take this money and then I'm going to bet on myself on that next contract. And that's exactly what he did. Because when he got that re-up contract, he beat them over the head. I need all of that. Yeah, I need it all.
Because he came through on that first contract.
Come on, man. Even when he went to Portland, he got the bag. When he went to Houston, he got a bag. Like, nah, man. Scotty made sure he got paid after the fact.
This whole thing of, like, Scotty on some, like, I don't know where this energy comes from, where it's like Scotty has to be some kind of bum that just happened to be on Chicago.
I think,
like, dude, look at his numbers. Look at his stats. It's just like the whole thing about Kwame Brown. You look at his numbers and you're like, oh, he's not a bust. He's a pretty decent player. Like,
we're keeping it a buck, they only look like busts in Kwame Brown's case, or bums, or whatever the case in Pippen's case, because of who they were standing next to. Yeah, they were standing next to arguably the greatest player of all time. Yeah, everybody looks human next to this dude.
Yeah, it reminds me, we were having a conversation about players and their expectations in general, and somebody came into the chat one time and they were like, if you're black, you have to be Jordan or Kobe, but if you're white, you can just exist. And it is like, because I think I can't remember. Oh, I think we were talking about how everybody loves Luka so much, and they're acting like he's like the second coming. Well, at the time, And like people going crazy over Tyler Hero, and the guy, whoever was in it, if it's you, please just say it was me in the chat. But it was someone in the chat was like, when you're black, you have to be Jordan or Kobe. That's it. If you're not them, then you're just some bust that like should have never put on sneakers. But if you're white, you can just show up, and they're like, oh, did you see him dribble?
I mean,
and it's like,
if we're keeping it a buck, right?
Because there's a whole bunch of players. You start looking at those numbers, and you're like, yo, there's a lot of great players out there, but it seems like nobody can ever get the recognition.
To your point, right? A lot of within the past 25 years, the white basketball player has been relegated to one thing. Hey, Brad, we need you to stand in the corner or run off the screen and shoot that three, okay? That's all we need you. That's all we need you to do. They weren't necessarily asked to do more than that because, for the most part, we had coaches that would, just like the same way that people would stereotype black basketball players. Yo, he's a black player. Oh, he's got to run fast and jump high. He's just got to. So the same way the white basketball players like, oh no, he can't jump. We can't ask him to run or do this or do that much. We just shoot, Brad. Just shoot.
Just give us that Larry Bird flat-footed shot.
Just come on with that good old Larry Bird stroke. Yeah, Brad from the corner, Brad. But it's like, it's a weird dynamic in the league, right? Because even when we revolutionize something, we're still fully not giving our just due. I know I'm low-key going off on a tangent now.
No.
But
we there.
The 3-point contest was not, the 3-point shot in general was not created for us. That shot was created for Billy and Brad, and that was their opportunity to make it into the league because they saw that the athleticism of the NBA was taking over to the point where they were not going to be able to have a spot. So they were asked to do one thing. I'm not mad at the white NBA player because all I'm expected to do is shoot. Because then you end up having a guy like JJ Redick, for example, who can shoot the lights out with anybody, but he can hold his own defensively. He's not the greatest athlete, but he could do a little something like you got to be able to bring something more to the table. And I think to that person's point, just to bring it all back, we are looked upon like the white NBA player is looked at as like, oh yeah, he did. Oh, you can dribble? Oh man, look at you. But it's been conditioned to look that way. The overall athleticism of the black NBA player has gone leaps and bounds from where the game was before. So if the media or whoever, if we don't hype up the Luka Doncic of the world, if we don't hype up the Tyler Heroes of the world, they will just be another player.
Okay. All right. So let's put that to bed. Before we get out.
Did you watch the fight?
No, I didn't watch the fight. I wanted to hear because I know you be watching them yours.
I do. I didn't watch the fight, but I'm thoroughly impressed with Canelo, man. I'm thoroughly impressed with Canelo. Like that one loss to Floyd is looking real. Like, yo, like, all right, yeah, I got a loss in my record, but it's to this dude. Other than that, nobody else has touched me.
Okay, cool. I'll give you that. So
that's pretty bad.
Next on the docket, how's your team doing? How's Brooklyn doing?
We're
Good
looking
old
pretty good,
Brook
man. We're looking
Lawn.
pretty good. Harden is finally getting some foul calls, which is great. Chemistry looks good. We're looking good, man. We're looking pretty good. We're looking pretty good.
Jenna
Penn
James says.
State. Go
Jenna
ahead.
James says Canelo don't impress me until he fights one of the big names he keeps ducking.
Who?
Ooh.
Who does he keep ducking?
All right, Jenna James, who is he ducking?
Yeah. Who does he keep ducking?
Now, continue with Brooklyn. She'll put it in.
Brooklyn won. Penn State won, so that's good.
All right.
Jets lost, but we lost our backup quarterback. We lost another quarterback, so the loss was inevitable in that one. But yeah, man, we got a pretty good sports weekend.
Had a little SEC action going on this weekend, so that was cool.
Not too shabby.
LA's been looking all right. I haven't been mad with what I've seen. You know, it's still regular season.
Are we gonna talk about losing to the worst team in the NBA twice? The first time you was up 26, the second time you was up 19, and you lose to the kids, the Oklahoma City kids again. But y'all looking good? Is this what we doing? Is this what we hold on? Is this what we doing in LA? We lying to ourselves to make us feel better?
We're early in the season. We're still working it out, but I've seen flashes of greatness. All right, seen flashes of greatness. Now, with that said, all right, let's go and take a look real quick. A quick look. Take a quick look. Let me take a quick look at the record. Now, right now, we looking good. All right, check out their games. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Sunday on October 31st, 95-85. Then you come all the way up here. You know what I'm saying? You look at the the final with the Thunder, only down by 3, man. Now look, all I'm saying is you winning and losing by these small margins. All we need is tweaks, baby tweaks. We gonna get, because we've seen greatness. We've seen Carmelo go off. We've seen Russell Westbrook get nice.
Sir, we're up by 19 to a team that has beaten nobody else in the league but y'all. Against everybody else in the league, they are losing by an average of 30 points a game. But when they play the Lakers...
Now, hold on now. Right now, team is 5-5. We're at 500.
Be glad that y'all are 5-5.
Now, it's not the best in the league.
No.
It's not the worst.
No.
Right? And right now, we ain't that deep into the season. All right? We're not that deep into the season. Now, as the season progresses, do I believe that Oklahoma is going to be in a position to do anything in the playoffs against the Lakers? No, I do.
Against anybody. Oklahoma stinks. I just told you, they're losing games by an average of 30 points a game, and yet they still have the wherewithal to beat y'all twice.
Well, it's because of what Jordan said. Jordan was like, the reason you see teams that stink like almost beat us, talking about the Bulls, is like they don't care about other teams, but when we come to town, they come with the best they got. You know what I'm saying? Of course they're gonna play the best. And the Bulls is in town, so now they're gonna scrounge up every little bit of moxie they got. So LA came to town. Of course they're going. Anyone else, they just slacking off. So of course, yes, there's gonna be some stumbling blocks because people see Lakers come, they want to do well against the Lakers. So of course we're gonna be playing harder games because people have something to prove against us. They ain't got nothing to prove against, like, I don't know, they ain't got nothing to prove against the Pelicans. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, of course, we're gonna have harder games. But as the season goes on, I do believe that you're gonna see marketed improvement in the team cohesiveness ball movement, and wins. Because we've already seen greatness. Don't act like, have you not seen greatness in Westbrook already in this season? Flashes of greatness. I ain't saying we've seen flashes. You gonna act like we haven't? Yes, we have.
Okay, we've seen flashes.
Carmelo.
Okay. Hot flashes. But we've seen them.
Carmelo also flashed.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Good flashes.
Thank you. All right. LeBron's been solid. AD's been solid.
Has he?
I would consider him solid this season. Yes.
Has he?
Come on now.
Has he?
Yes.
The story that I heard before the season started, LeBron said, hey, man, this ain't my team no more. This AD team, it's time for him to take over. Do you know how immensely talented that young man is?
Yes.
Why does AD only average like 7 or 8 rebounds a game? Why does AD average in like 30, 35 a game? If I was 7 feet tall with his handle and his wingspan and his shooting ability, why am I making them like the same way that the NBA is drooling over you know who that I won't mention because I'm sick of talking about them? They should be drooling over AD that way. But they don't.
Okay. With that said, the way, with all those put together, yes, AD should be sort of unstoppable. Maybe it's the injury. Maybe it's still messing with him a little bit. I don't know. I don't know. But I will say I've seen flashes from the alley-oops to the steals to the hustle plays.
We need more than flashes, man. I'm 39. I'm in year 19. I'm 38 years old. I want to pass the mantle on to you and know that it's in good hands, but I can't. I'm low-key waiting for my kid to get in the league because I trust my 16-year-old kid more than I trust you because I know he come from me.
Wow. You know what? I'm going to leave it right there. I'm going to leave it at that. With that said, guys, thanks for rolling through. Man, PL, boy.
Where I lied at, though?
He rough out there.
Where'd I lie?
PL, tell people where they can find you.
Parker, you can find me on all streaming platforms. Parker, Parker, PLLEWIZ. All streaming platforms, all social media sites. Say hi. And come check in and tap in with all this crazy. But y'all know I be keeping it real, man. I'm not lying. I'm not lying.
Yo, man. Look.
You can invite that man over to. You can invite him over to your house all you want for Taco Tuesday. You know you waiting for Bronny to get in the league so you can hand him the keys. So you can have AD all them over for Taco Tuesday, all them every Tuesday.
Yo, Bronny get in the league. You know where he going?
They gonna finagle away.
They're gonna make that happen.
Finagle away.
They're gonna make that happen. And I'm gonna tell you, game one gonna be like, game one is literally gonna be like Jay-Z putting a chain on Kanye, who had a very interesting week.
Now the newest member of the Los Angeles Lakers team.
Yo,
just saying, man. I'm just saying, man. Like AD is a great player, but for as great as he is, I just don't think LeBron trusts him, man. I just don't.
I feel you. I will say, once I start to think of all those things, yes, I think we need to see a little bit more on the floor from him for all the things that he can do. Now,
for these couple of games that LeBron hasn't played, AD don't got no 40-point games. He ain't went off in none of them games with no Bron.
Yeah, he needs to be an undeniable force, and he's not.
At all.
All right, y'all. Yeah, look, tell AD, you heard it here first. So
we love you, AD, but come on, man. You gotta live man. One of these days, you gotta live up to your potential.
Yeah, you gotta, you know what I'm saying, just black out on the court and go crazy.
You making basically the guy I won't mention because people always say I'm so overly critical of him is in AD spot.
Yeah. AD is your spot to have, man. So,
fam, you gotta want it. You gotta want it.
Man. So that said, NERD, SOUL, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all them places. Thumbs up, subscribe, share. That's right. That's right. Thumbs up, thumbs down, all that. So podcast for listening. Spotify for music. We got PL, Parker Lewis, and Arckatron. Yeah. And Y. So from us to you, thanks for watching. And AD, look, come on, man. You got to get busy out there. Peace. See y'all next week. Yeah.
I'm the man, yes sir, that killed the bare-handed so the people won't forget it. Getting money for I would label the drink. I care what a broke nigga think.
Just like the pack of Lewiz.
Look, everything I do so cold. I can do this, both eyes closed. Too short, I stay on my toes. About that guap boy, anything goes. Help the bear if we outside. Help the bear if we outside. Still tipping, baby, nothing changed. I'm still grinding over here, yeah. Still sliding through my own lane. Shorty, nothing funny over here. Dollars rain everywhere around me. Dream to get money. Made it through the storm, living sunny. Dreams came true, now we eating. I got more dreams to chase, gotta reach them. Trying to put a team together like the Hunger Games. Everybody grinding cause we all came from Hunger.